If you're tired of making the same Christmas card every year, I have a fun fold that's sure to impress your family and friends. This is the square column fun fold. It stands beautifully for display, but it also folds flat for mailing and is much easier to make than it looks. Let me show you how. Hi, I'm Kristina Reese. Welcome to Creating with Kristina, where I help you create beautiful handmade cards while encouraging you to create, connect, and encourage others. Let's get started. For this card, we're going to need some pieces here. I'm going to show you what I've got, except remember that all of the measurements are in my Holiday Fun Fold collection. If you didn't get this as a free gift for purchase in July, it is still available in my shop. So I'm just going to put this over here so I can see it and show you what we've got. So the first thing is our card base. Now, this card base is longer, so it's not half of a piece of cardstock. It is 5.5 wide, so it's your traditional height of the card. However, the length is much longer because what we're going to do is we're going to be doing some folding to make that column, okay? So this needs to be 10 1/8 inch, all right? 10 1/8 inch. I've also got some cardstock I cut out from our festive cheer set here. So this is the pine bough that I used to make these right there. And then my stocking is from yesterday. We did the fun fold using the stitched stockings. So that's where the stocking came from. However, I didn't do the quilt part. I just did the background with the decorative paper and made a cuff for it, and that's all. And then I just cut that out. Next, we need the back of the card. I have this 4 by 5 1/4, so you can write your message. Then we've got the designer paper cut for the card. Now, I made it all the same, but you could make it, all different, however you want to do it. And a sentiment piece, and this, of course, is from our stitched shape dies. Let me show you what that looks like. Whoops, that's not it. Oh, where is it? There it is. Okay, there's the stitch shape dies. Great die set. If you don't have that, use it for so many things. And I've got a little ribbon here. All right, so let's go ahead and get this card started. The first thing we need to do is score our column piece. So let me grab out the score tool here. Pull all my pieces down so I don't lose them. There we go. And we have, where am I? There we go, 4 1/4. Okay, 4 1/4. Right there, and get your cutting blade out of the way. Then 5 3/4. Okay, 5 3/4. 7 1/4. And finally 8 3/4. So, whoops, come here. Okay. Now that I have all of that scored, I can make my column. So let's put this together. We're going to use our bone folder so we get good creases, and we're just going to fold them all in the same direction. So, and our last one. Okay, so there we have them all folded. All right. Before we make the column, though, we are going to put our designer paper on here. So this piece back here, this last, is going to get glued to the card, so you don't need anything there. All right, so that's going to go like that. But we'll want to put designer paper here and here and here. Okay. Actually, you can go ahead and tape that on there. Or glue that on there. That if you do that first, it's not going to make any difference because the card folds flat, which is so awesome about this card. All right, you can mail this card, and we just bump it up against this last score line, okay, and then there it's flat that way, but it's also flat that way, okay, and that's the way you would put it in the envelope, okay, and then when they get it, they can stand it up like that. Fun, huh? All right, so let's go ahead and put our designer paper on here, and we're gonna do all these fun stitched scrap, what am I trying to say? The quilt, there we go. We're gonna put all these quilt pieces on here. So, and there we go. So that one, and then this one here. Now, notice that didn't line up, and if you want it to line up, you can, let's see, I don't think I can. Yep, there it is. That's the piece I cut off. That's where that goes. So, I turn it around, it's not the same. So that went that way. I tried to do it so it matched up, but if you can't get it to match up, that I don't think it makes a difference. Okay. Double check, make sure I did this right again. Yeah, right there. Okay. So fun. And then I'm not going to put it here. I'm putting it here because this is where my stocking is going to go, and it's going to take up all that area. So if you, of course, you can put designer paper there if you wish. You could also run this through the embossing machine before you put it together, so all your sides are embossed. There's so many things you can do. Okay, and then this piece is just going to go over here like that. There we go. Okay. And so that's what we have so far. And like I said, the back is for this piece here, so you can write your message, but we'll do that later. Okay, let's put this part together. This is the fun part. So we have our stocking, and like I said, this is just the foundation piece that you would glue all of the quilted pieces onto, but in this case, I just left it solid. But I did cut out a cuff, so at least, so that gives it a little definition. Okay. All right, now, let's go ahead and get some stamps out here. And I'm using the Noel, no, those are the, I was like, where are the sentiments? Here are the sentiments. We have sending cheer, fa la la, holly, jolly greetings, and deck the halls. But then from our stitch stockings, you could choose, may all your days be merry and bright, sending warm wishes. I just love that one. That really is. But well, let's do merry and bright. Let's change it up. Let's do this one. Okay. And that's another reason, this stitch shape die, I mean, you can put so many sentiments on there. It's so fun. And go. And once again, I'm going to use that Secret C for my ink. Go. And now let's build our stocking. So I cut out the pine boughs. I also have some ribbon. Okay, so, and we're going to be putting all this on the back of this guy. Now I'm going to trim this down so it doesn't show. Okay, and I'm just going to, oops, come here. Snip that off. Oh, I see it's connected there also. Yikes. Hold on. There we go. All right, so that piece will go. Oh, and my stocking, you know, when you hang your stocking by the corner there, it kind of tilts. So we're going to have our stocking tilted. Can y'all see what I'm doing here? Yeah, okay. And so we're going to have that. And then our Merry and Bright, however, is going to go on there straight. So we're going to put that back there, and then let me trim this one off. There we go. And we'll put this there. And now these pieces don't stick out at the back. All right, so let me put some adhesive on the back here so that catches it. But before I put my sentiment on there. I almost forgot. I want to put the ribbon on there first. So let's, you can either go ahead and tie the bow, which is what I'm going to do, but, or you could just tape it on there so it looked like a bow. I don't think it really matters one way or the other because you're going to be putting dimensionals back there. So let's, so our bow is going to go like this. Okay. And then our Merry and Bright is going to go across the bow, but I want to make sure this loop is down here. Okay, there we go. And this tail is up there. There we go. All right, and then I'm just going to press that down, and now now that it's down, I can make sure it's all where I want it to be. And it looks like it landed perfectly. So all I did was put adhesive on the back. Then I created the bow so that so I could stick it back there. I want it kind of angled. It's kind of going straight up and down. And then you can just kind of maneuver the pieces so they go where you want them. All right, so there you go, that. And then the pine boughs will go behind there. So the ribbon is kind of in the way, but not really. Let's see if we can put some adhesive on top of the ribbon. I think we can. There we go. And now let's move these pine boughs back where I want them. Okay. Tilt my stocking. And just like that. There we go. Now that it's all together, press it all in there. And now let's get some dimensionals out so it'll look so cool. And we'll just put one there and there. Like I said, there's a bump there, so it kind of goes between the dimensionals there. I'm not sure if I have, yeah, so I have dimensionals there and there. I want to make sure I don't get my dimensionals too far out, or they'll stick to this side and then they'll stick to the column. So just be careful of that where you put the dimensionals. And go. Like I said, if that's tilted like that, then this is going to go straight like that. There we go. Fun, huh? Now that I have my stocking, I am ready to put it on my column, okay? Now, fold your column down flat, because this is how it goes in the envelope, so that you don't go over the edge too. You know where the edges are, all right? And like I said, our stocking is kind of held... when you hang it, it's up at that corner. You could put your stocking on straight. A lot of people do that too, but I just have this thing for tilted stockings, I guess. I don't know. Okay, so now we put these on dimensionals, but I want to put this and this, so I want my stockings up on dimensionals. All right, so I'm just going to remember I've got dimensionals here, so I'm going to put them here and here. All right. Go. Okay, and make sure I've got that right, like that. I sure hope I didn't mess up on that side. Yeah, I guess I did. Okay, you need to be careful that your dimensionals don't go over the edge. Okay, is it good there? Okay, good. And then on that side, good. All right, so it may have been smarter to put the dimensionals on the column and then the stocking on top of the dimensionals. I think that would have been smarter. But anyways, there we go. Isn't that fun? Oh my gosh. And so the card stands up like that. You've got that cute quilt paper back there, a fun stocking with all kinds of Christmassy pine boughs and ribbons. And then, like I said, for the back, this is where you can write your Merry Christmas greeting. And we'll just put some tape on there. Okay, and definitely stamp it before you put it on here because it's all bumpy here. But I'm just going to leave it. I hope you enjoyed learning how to make this square column fun fold card. It's one of those designs that's easy to personalize for Christmas, birthdays, thinking of you, or just about any occasion. If you enjoyed today's tutorial, I'd love for you to leave a comment below and let me know what occasion that you'd use this fun fold for. And if you're looking for even more creative card ideas, be sure to check out my Christmas in July playlist, where you'll find more fun fold Christmas card tutorials to inspire your holiday crafting. Thanks so much for spending a little time creating with me today. And until next time, keep creating, connecting, and encouraging. I'll see you soon.